Welcome to Excel Mastery. In the next while, we'll go through 50 essential Excel formulas, one after another, with live examples on screen. Keep Excel open and try each one as we go. Next up, math and trig. These are the everyday number crunchers you'll reach for constantly. Now for SUM. Adds all the numbers in a range of cells. Type equals sum, A2 is 6, and it comes out to 181. Adds every value in the range in one shot. Still on the same data, try average here too. Returns the arithmetic mean of the arguments. Type equals average, A2 is 6, and it works out as 36.2. The arithmetic mean of the 5 scores. Same numbers, next trick, let's also try round. Rounds a number to a specified number of digits. Type equals round, A2 2, and it hands back 1234.57. Rounds the number to 2 decimal places using standard rounding. Still on the same data, roundup is next. Rounds a number up, away from 0. Type equals roundup, A2 1, and it simply results in 1234.2. Always rounds up, away from 0, to 1 decimal place. Right after that, let's also try round down. Rounds a number down, towards 0. Type equals round down, A2 1, and it gives us 1234.9. Always rounds down, towards 0, to 1 decimal place. Let's keep going on this table. Next, ABS. Returns the absolute, non-negative, value of a number. Type equals ABS, A2, and it hands back 45.5. Strips the negative sign, returning the magnitude only. Sticking with the same sheet, try COUNTIF here too. Counts cells that meet a single condition. Type equals COUNTIF, A2 is 6, pass, and it gives us 3. Counts how many cells in the range say pass. Using that same data, COUNTIFs is next. Counts cells that meet multiple conditions. Type equals COUNTIFs, A2 is 6, sales B2 B6, pass, and it returns 2. Counts rows meeting both the department and result condition together. Right after that, try SUMIF here too. Adds cells that meet a single condition. Type equals SUMIF, A2 is 6, sales B2 B6, and it gives us 36,000. Adds only the amount cells where department equals sales. Same numbers, next trick, let's also try SUMIFs. Adds cells that meet multiple conditions. Type equals SUMIFs, C2 C6 A2 is 6, sales B2 B6, February, and it simply results in 24,000. Sums amount only where department is sales and month is February. Building on what we just did, here's sum product. Multiplies matching array elements and sums the products. Type equals sum product, A2 4 B2 B4, and it comes out to 5,700. Multiplies quantity by price row by row, then adds the results. Next up, statistical. Perfect for making sense of a pile of numbers at a glance. Take a look at max, returns the largest value in a set of values. Type equals max, A2 is 6, and it works out as 67. Returns the single largest value in the range. Let's keep going on this table. Let's bring in min, returns the smallest value in a set of values. Type equals min, A2 is 6, and it returns 12. Returns the single smallest value in the range. Sticking with the same sheet, next, median. Returns the median of the given numbers. Type equals median, A2 is 6, and it works out as 34. Returns the middle value once the numbers are sorted. Using that same data, let's also try large. Returns the kth largest value in a dataset. Type equals large, A2 is 7 to 2, and it comes out to 67. Returns the second largest value in the range. Next up, logical. This is where your sheet starts making decisions on its own. Let's try if. Checks a condition and returns one value or another. Type equals if, a 2 equals 50, pass, fail, and it works out as pass. Tests the score against 50 and returns pass or fail. Right after that, we can also use IFS. Checks multiple conditions and returns the value for the first true one. Type equals IFS, A2 equals 90, A2 equals 75, B A2 equals 50, C true, F, and it gives us B's checks each condition in order and returns the grade for the first true one. Same numbers, next trick, let's add if error to the mix. Returns a fallback value if a formula evaluates to an error. Type equals if error, A2/B2, error, and it works out as error. Catches the divide by zero error and shows a clean message instead. Using that same data, let's also try ifna. Returns a fallback value if a formula returns #n/a, type equals ifna, VLOOKUP, A2 1 a false, not found, and it hands back not found. Replaces a #n/a lookup error with a friendly message. Sticking with the same sheet, here's AND. Returns true only if all arguments are true. Type equals AND, A2 equals 50, B2 equals 75, and it gives us true. Returns true only because both conditions are met. Still on the same data, we can also use OR. Returns true if any argument is true. Type equals OR, A2 equals 50, B2 equals 10, and it simply results in true. Returns true because at least one condition is met. Next up, text. Brilliant for cleaning up messy data before you analyze it. Let's look at concatenate. Join several text items into one text item. Type equals concatenate, A2, B2, and it hands back Naveen Kumar. Joins the first and last name with a space between them. Right after that, let's also try text join. Joins text from multiple ranges with a delimiter. Type equals text join, true A1 is C1, and it works out as Delhi, Mumbai, Sohar. Joins all three cities with a comma delimiter, skipping blanks. Same numbers, next trick, left is next. Returns the leftmost characters from a text value. Type equals left, A2, 6, and it returns Naveen. Returns the first 6 characters from the left of the text. Using that same data, try right here too. Returns the rightmost characters from a text value. Type equals right, A2, 5, and it simply results in Kumar. Returns the last 5 characters from the right of the text. Building on what we just did, let's also try MID, returns characters from the middle of a text string. Type equals MID, A2, 8, 5, and it works out as Kumar. Returns 5 characters starting from position 8. Let's keep going on this table. Len is next. Returns the number of characters in a text string. Type equals len, A2, and it comes out to 12. Counts every character in the text, including the space. Sticking with the same sheet, try trim here too. Removes extra spaces from text, leaving single spaces between words. Type equals trim, A2, and it gives us Naveen Kumar. Removes leading, trailing, and repeated spaces, keeping single spaces. Building on what we just did, let's add upper to the mix. Converts text to all uppercase. Type equals upper, A2, and it returns Naveen Kumar. Converts every letter in the text to uppercase. Same numbers, next trick, here's substitute. Substitutes new text for old text in a string. Type equals substitute, A2, dash, and it works out as Sohar Ibri cluster. Replaces every hyphen in the text with a space. Next up, lookup and reference. Honestly, this is the single most useful skill in all of Excel, connecting one table to another. Now for VLOOKUP. Looks down the first column of a range, then returns a value from a column you specify. Type equals VLOOKUP, E2, A2, C6, 3 a false, and it returns 1500. Finds the ID in the first column, then returns column 3, price. Still on the same data, let's add lookup to the mix. Looks along a row, then returns a value from a specified row below. Type equals lookup, P003, A1C2, 2 false, and it simply results in 1500. Finds the value along the top row, then returns row 2 below it. Building on what we just did, we can also use index. Returns a value at a given position in a range or array. Type equals index A2 E42, and it returns mouse. Returns the second item counting from the top of the range. One more with this sheet, try match here too. Returns the relative position of an item in a range. Type equals match, keyboard A2 E40, and it comes out to 3. Returns the position of keyboard counting from the top of the range. Let's keep going on this table. Let's also try lookup. Searches a range and returns an item from a corresponding position, with built-in error handling. Type equals lookup, E2, A2 is 6, C2 is C6, not found, and it simply results in 12,000. Modern replacement for VLOOKUP that searches in either direction. Building on what we just did, here's lookup. Looks up a value in a single row or column and returns a matching value. Type equals lookup, 75 A2 A5 B2 B5, and it returns B. Finds the largest score less than or equal to 75 and returns the matching grade. One more with this sheet, choose is next. Chooses a value from a list based on an index number. Type equals choose, A2, gold, silver, bronze, and it hands back silver. Uses the number in A2 to pick the second item from the list. Sticking with the same sheet, try unique here too. Returns a list of unique values from a range or array. Type equals unique, A2 is 6, and it works out as sales, IT, HR, spills a distinct list of departments with no duplicates. Next up, date and time. These save you hours of manual calendar counting. Let's try today. Returns today's date, updating every day. Type equals today, and it returns August 27, 2026. Always shows today's date and updates automatically each day. Still on the same data, let's also try year. Converts a serial number to a year. Type equals year, A2, and it simply results in 1990. Extracts just the year from the date. Let's keep going on this table. Here's datediff. Calculates the difference between two dates in years, months, or days. Type equals datediff, A2 B2, Y, and it gives us 36. Calculates the completed number of years between the two dates. Building on what we just did, EA-month is next. Returns the last day of the month a given number of months away. Type equals EA-month, A2 0, and it works out as February 28, 2026. Jumps straight to the last calendar day of that month. Same numbers, next trick, here's network days. Returns the number of whole working days between two dates. Type equals network days, A2 B2, and it returns 6. Counts only Monday to Friday working days in the range. Right after that, let's add workday to the mix. Returns the date that is a given number of working days from a start date. Type equals workday, A2 5, and it simply results in August 7, 2026. Adds 5 working days, automatically skipping weekends. Next up, financial. Just a heads up, keep an eye on the sign of your cash flows here, in or out. Time for PMT returns the periodic payment for a loan based on constant payments and a constant rate. Type equals PMT, A2 B2 C2, and it gives us minus 16,133.59. Calculates the fixed monthly installment for this loan. Building on what we just did, we can also use PV. Returns the present value of an investment given constant future payments. Type equals PV, A2 B2 C2, and it simply results in 443,865.9. Values today's worth of that stream of future payments. One more with this sheet, next, FV. Returns the future value of an investment with regular, constant payments. Type equals FV, A2 B2 C2, and it returns 130,942.35. Projects the maturity value of these regular deposits. Right after that, let's also try NPV. Returns the net present value of an investment from a discount rate and cash flows. Type equals B2 plus NPV, A2 C2 F2, and it comes out to 16,986.54. Discounts the future cash flows back to today's value at a 10% rate. Next up, information. Small formulas, but they quietly stop bigger ones from breaking. Now for is number. Checks whether a value is a number. Type equals is number, A2, and it works out as false. Checks whether the cell holds a number, text returns false. Still on the same data, try is error here too. Checks whether a value is any error value. Type equals is error, A2, and it hands back true. Flags that the cell currently holds an error value. That's all 50 formulas. Practice these on your own data. If this helped, like, share and subscribe for more. See you next time.